Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Before we get into this video, if you could just hit that button down below, that would massively help me out. I think by the time this video goes out, we'll have actually hit 10k. So thank you all so much for your continued support over the years. It's on to the next milestone, so keep subbing, keep watching the videos. That would massively help me out. And also, before we go any further, I have a sale on some of the Champions Again Ole Ole prints in my Etsy store. So if you want to check that out, go into the description down below and you'll find my Etsy link. Anyway, today's video, again, this is being recorded before the Everton game, so I don't know the outcome of that, but Leeds have been linked to Ermedin Demirović, who is a German-born but Bosnia and Herzegovina international striker who currently plays for Stuttgart and has had a fantastic couple of seasons there, or season there actually, before transferring from Augsburg. He's on 54,000 euros a week, so well within what we can pay for wages. He's fine on that front. He's 27 years old, just about 6'1", right-footed, and he is an out-and-out striker. And let me tell you, he is a proper striker. So let's have a little look at his goals and assists. First of all, actually, it's ticked over into the new season, so we'll have to scroll down a little bit to find this. So last season in the Bundesliga, he played 34 games. He only started 20 and he scored 15 goals and got 1 assist in that competition. The season before that at Augsburg, he also got 15 goals and got 9 assists. So he's had a really good couple of seasons and is somebody who really is a proper out-and-out striker who will just get you goals. His positioning is excellent. He's somebody who always finds himself popping up in the right place at the right time. A lot of the time when we've watched Leeds, we've actually seen that Leeds United are a team where sometimes the ball gets fizzed across the face of goal, and because Joel Peru is a little bit more of a kind of drop deep and get the ball, a bit of a false nine striker, he is actually somebody who isn't always on the end of things when he needs to be across the box. Demirović will always be there in the box, on the 6-yard line, making sprinting runs into the box to try and get on the end of things. He's excellent in that aspect. In terms of his kind of strengths and weaknesses, his finishing is up there with his best strength. He is somebody who can finish in a variety of different ways. He can hit the ball with power from outside the box. He can nip in front of the goalkeeper and just kind of get a little touch on it from crosses. He's good at lobbing the goalkeeper. Headers, he's excellent as well, which when we go into his statistics, it's a little bit of a falsehood kind of. The aerial's one statistic for him because he's very average for that at 1.55 per 90, puts him in the 40th percentile. So the bottom 40% of strikers in Europe's top 5 leagues. But when you actually have a look at some of the goals he scored from corners, from crosses into the box, he's actually very good in the air when we're talking about accurate directed headers towards goal. So he's got a variety of different finishes in his locker. He's really good at doing that. The other thing to note before we go any further, injury history, pretty much non-existent. In the 22-23 season, he had a ligament tear, which meant he missed 20 days, and that was only for the national team as well. It wasn't even for in the league. So, like I said, somebody who does not miss any games, is excellent in terms of his ability to score goals. He's decent at creating goals as well. He has got a few assists over the years, so he's not just a kind of score a goal and don't contribute anything else to the team. He will still contribute to the team as well in terms of his forward passing as well, when he does have that ability to kind of drop in a little bit to play the ball forward. The other thing as well, before we talk about his statistics, it's good to have kind of the context of where he's played and how many games he started, etc. So last season in all competitions, he played 32 games as a striker, scoring 15 goals, and he came off the bench 18 times as a striker and scored 4 goals and got 1 assist. So when I talked about him scoring 15 goals and getting 1 assist in the Bundesliga, in all competitions last season, he played 56 times, scoring 20 goals and getting 1 assist. So, like I said, for a team like Leeds just getting promoted to the Premier League, an excellent deal if we could get this one done. Transfermarkt puts his value at 22 million euros. I'm expecting that Leeds would have to pay a little bit more than that to get him out of Stuttgart. But Stuttgart have just signed another striker, so there is a potential there that they either keep Demirović or Nick Woltemade, who are both very good strikers for Stuttgart. But they have just bought another one, so I imagine that they might be expecting a departure of one of those players. So if Leeds can get Demirović through the door, Stuttgart already have their replacement, so there isn't too much of kind of a wait if Leeds did want to go and pull the trigger on Demirović. I think it would be an unbelievable signing for a newly promoted side, and it would have been worth waiting for in the transfer window, because we know that as fans we can get frustrated, can't we, on basically how long it takes to get transfers done, and you see other teams making moves and getting their players in, and you think, can we compete with that? If we can get somebody like Ermedin Demirović in through the door, it would be an amazing signing for a newly promoted side, and he's probably getting you 10 to 15 goals as a newly promoted side, which is huge considering that we have other strikers as well that will definitely get us goals. So let's have a little look into his statistics and who he's compared to then. So he scores, and this is what I'm talking about with coming off the bench and stuff, how many minutes he's actually played. He scores 0.64 goals per 90 minutes, which puts him in the top 11% of Europe's top 5 leagues worth of strikers. So basically, he's way up there with the most kind of proficient goal scorers in Europe. He takes a lot of shots, 3.34 per 90, puts him up in the 83rd percentile, so the top 17% of strikers. One that I always do like to look at is shot creating actions, 2.31 per 90. He's only in the 57th percentile, so he's above average, but I would like to see that statistic go up slightly more. Having said that, when he was at Augsburg, that statistic would have been vastly higher because he got 9 assists in the season before this one that we've just had. So that can be a little bit of a skewed stat because he definitely has that ability to play forward balls when he does drop in between the lines. But primarily, he is the guy running into the box and finishing things off. He's so good at that. And that kind of tells you as well. Touches in the attacking penalty area, 6.25 per 90, puts him in the 89th percentile, so the top 11% of Europe's top 5 league strikers. He is a guy that is picking the ball up in the box and receiving it and being an option so much of the time. And when, like I said before about his aerials one and stuff, it's not fantastic reading in terms of his kind of defensive responsibilities, but he's average for most things. It's not like he's way down there. Interceptions per 90, so when you're looking at pressing and trying to win the ball back, 0.2 interceptions per 90 puts him in the 45th percentile, so he's about average for a striker. So overall, he's a proper goal scorer, a proper goal scorer, and if we can get him in, it's going to do wonders for our ability to score goals and to stay up in the Premier League. The one that I like to have a look at is the similar players statistic. We always have a little look at this. Similar players to Demirović, and it compares their statistics over the last 365 days. So when you're looking at it, you're looking at people being compared to Robert Lewandowski, Dusan Vlahovic, Jonathan Burkhardt, Erling Haaland, Johan Visser, Patrick Schick, Kolo Muani, Matteo Retegui, and Evan Nielsen. So some strikers who score a lot of goals and are very good, accomplished strikers. And some of them, Lewandowski, Haaland, are some of the best strikers in world football. In terms of his actual output, 30 goals over the last 2 seasons, 30 goals and 10 assists over the last 2 seasons is really good. And the thing I like to mention as well is that Bundesliga, to me, I would say is probably the most similar to the Premier League in terms of pace, in terms of style, maybe slightly lower on quality, but a lot of teams are very competitive in the Bundesliga. And so I think it's comparable when you do look at his statistics and how many goals he scored and stuff. I think it is quite comparable to the Premier League. So I think you are looking at a similar kind of output in terms of goals and assists if Leeds can bring him in. Demirović then, for me, should be our marquee signing of the window. A striker who would be an unreal signing and would bag us a hatful of goals. Let me know what you think of Demirović down in the comments below. Make sure you like the video and check out all the links in the description as well. Thanks for watching Leeds lately, and I'll see you in the next one.